as it should be.
You need to dominate, motivate, and inspire. Get diesel, get diesel, get diesel. You need to dominate, motivate.
Yo, DieselDonlow here. Wanted to explain to you guys what my podcast is. It's a podcast that's for inspiration, for you finding a muse, for you to get in your muse state and to learn from, not only me, but other people that you may come in contact with through this podcast. And we would like to interview different people, and we're going to have different interviewees. And I think it's a good opportunity for you guys to learn, what I do, learn from a different perspective, and, just to, understand what's going on in my life, going on with my, different, career objectives I want to do, career, opportunities, and me give advice, me, to interact with you guys, for me to, just show you what things you could do with, some of the gifts that I might have that might be able to help you, So a lot of my stuff is just here for motivation, inspiration, and to drive you to become the best you could be. Also, just to have fun too, and, to have different, things that, that we might not, touch. We might be able to laugh sometimes, be able to joke sometimes, and maybe to, get you to understand who I am. And so I think it's very, awesome that we have a platform for, for you guys to, get to understand, not only just me, but, people that we're going to bring in here to talk to you, and, just to hear different perspectives and different life and different, opinions. And I think it's awesome that we could, use this platform to give you guys, that. This is just an opportunity for you guys to just really get in touch with me, get to know what we do behind the scenes, what, like I said, different opportunities that's out there for me to help other people out, and for not only me to be a muse in your life, but for me to give out, other muses that you might be, interested in. We can go through studies, like who I study, what book I'm reading, what road trip we on, where are we going, where are we working at, what our brand doing, and, I'm going to give you a background of what I do, and what, inside stories, and, people that I come across, people, that come across every day. Me being an actor, I'm in different, sets every other days, and some days I'm not. Some days I'm doing some different ambassador work. Some days I'm doing entrepreneur work. Some days I'm meeting people, training in a gym, and, and going to the Arnold, being on Instagram, and, how to post. And this thing is just about learning what I do, and maybe I can help you guys become very successful. And I know I can make you guys very successful, because I believe in myself. I believe in my brand. My brand is to dominate, motivate, inspire life. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to dominate, motivate, inspire life. So you want to do that into your passion, your career, and, that's our motivational saying for our brand. So this is something very serious that we love to do, and we are very excited about doing this podcast, because I think it's just a different outlet for us to be able to share, information, share insight, share, different things about what's going on. We also want to talk about, past experiences in life, live current events. I remember my teacher in high school, we used to do current events on Fridays, I believe, and at Poland Seminary. And my teacher name was Mr. Roll, and some other teachers done it too. But we used to do current events on current topics for the week, and what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So I'm not going to neglect doing that. So we're going to do that and find some inspiration and some life in that, and motivation in that, and how we can use that stuff to get better and stuff. So a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about when I played high school basketball at Poland Seminary High School. Me going to college, me and, failed in some things in my life, what failures I had and what successes I had, and bringing different people on about, who was in my life at that time, different childhood friends. You're going to, you're gonna hear from them. You're gonna hear from a lot of different people that influenced me and was a muse in my life, and hopefully we can get them on here as well, and just to give their side of the story, so you guys can understand that, and why did I create this brand, and why we put out different motivational sayings. A lot of people ask me, well, why did you put out this particular brand shirt? Why did it say that? A lot of that just is like it's motivation from from me, from one of my muses, and then I'm just trying to give it to you guys. So a lot of what I do is just purely, I learn from everybody. I steal from everybody. A great, that's what greatness is. You steal, and you make it into your own, and you just gotta pay homage to people that did it before you, and I gotta give them credit. You gotta give people credit when it's due, and you gotta just let them know that you're inspired by them, and just give them credit. And that's all people ever wanted. Like you could be taking things from everyone, but you gotta pay respect, and I just believe that very firmly. So a lot of that was, we're gonna talk about music, and me being a music artist, and me helping my boy Larry Lemuel. He's signed to the brand DieselDonlow, and what we're gonna do with that. So, and we have so much stuff going on in the brand that this is just like a way for us to give you insight, and to motivate, and to push you towards your dreams, and help you get lifted up, and help you turn up to the next level. So I think this is, like I said, a good opportunity for us to give you feedback, give you inspiration, give you light to your situation, to help you just if you need something to listen to get you on your feet and stuff like that. And I just want to help people get to the next level, and as I'm going through my career, I'm going to the next level, and then it's just gonna be good to help other people get to the next level. And I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I have I got a lot of brothers and sisters. Too many to name, but I have a big family, and my parents is Kimberly Donlow and Ben Donlow. I am named after my dad, and also my grandpa was Benjamin too, so I'm actually the third. So that's my real name. DieselDonlow is the alter ego, the brand, and all that stuff. So don't get it confused. Ben is just a real name, and all the other stuff. DieselDonlow is the brand and the stage name, and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I grew up on 413 East Pasadena Avenue for about 11, 12 years. We lived there, and then we made a move to Poland, my mom and my two sisters. And that was probably one of the best moves we could possibly make at the time. It got me to see, a whole different life out there, So I got a chance to be around some different type of people, and people who are trying to strive to be great in life, and strive, to be, successful in whatever they wanted to do in life. So me coming to Poland was a different obstacle in my life at the time, because I'm going from all black school, all city school, to suburban type school with just different type of people there, and it was an adjustment in that regard, but I adjusted well through sports and all that. So we'll get into that in later podcasts, and we could talk more about that. But that's what happened to me. And then I ended up going to, first I went to, out of high school, I played basketball. I was all city, all state. Should have went further than that, but the dedication, work ethic at the time was, I don't know. I don't know what happened. It was just one of my failures. I wish I would have, man, the way I work now is a totally different person. But anyway, I still had a great career. Went on to play college at Bethany College the first semester, and then we did not go finish well there. Then I transferred back home, and it was just a regular student at the time. And then I went to Westminster, and then that ended up going bad. But one day we will sit down and explain all that. But I ended up graduating from Hiram College, and Hiram College was got a degree in business management, focused with marketing, and a couple of minors, entrepreneurship. I wish they had that as a degree. I told my professor that before. I wish they had entrepreneurship major. I would probably did that. Also, I like history too. thought that was one of my favorite subjects growing up. I wanted to be a historian. I remember I did a big paper on Abraham Lincoln and the Civil War and going up to the Civil War, and I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know because we weren't taught that. So, like I said, we're gonna go on those different topics one day when we relive those days, and just so I can help people get see this different side of the story. So, also, we're gonna talk about basketball too. Basketball was a big part of my life growing up because that's where it all started. That's where all the beauty started. So I graduated from Hiram during my last year at Hiram. That's when I created DieselDonlow brand. I created, I did personal training, and that's what started me, into the, entrepreneur side. I started becoming, making self-income, which I call self-income, where, you can make money and, you don't have people, telling you what to do, how to make money and all that stuff. So we gonna get into all that. Also, I ended up studying abroad in Chile, which led me to my acting career. We're gonna talk about that too. So after I graduated at Hiram, I was continuing to do my brand DieselDonlow. Plus, we were doing personal training still, and I was pushing my clothing line. It just started. Wow, it started 2015. And that's like the beauty of, what we do. You got to evolve and get in different businesses and stuff like that. So I ended up, focusing on my acting career after college, and I went and pursued my master's degree, which I've just obtained. And that's, something that's, beautiful to me, like just being able to have a degree that says, a master's degree in exercise science. So that's where my background is, and we're going to get into depth with background stuff soon. And I just wanted you guys to have an overall background on what I do, and just so you can understand where I'm coming from, who I am. And I think it's a good thing for you guys to know a little bit about me before you guys follow the podcast and, see the journey, see the storytelling, see all the beauty inside all the work and all the stuff we're about to go through. I think it's going to be a life-changing, motivational thing for all of us, because we all going to get to learn and get to know each other, and we're going to see a big, tremendous impact in all our lives, because we all going through this together, and we're here together, and we're going to dominate, we're going to motivate, we're going to inspire life. The first thing we're probably going to talk about is what is Muse. So the name of the podcast is MuseState, and I'm going to define what a muse is. A muse is an inspiration, an art. In life, you're going to go across people that you want to inspire to be like, and for you to be inspired by them, you have to understand that is your muse. That's someone that inspire you through their art, through their passion, through their work ethic, through their drive, through their gifts, through their, unbelievable, hard work for success through life. And a few of my muses that you may know, you may not know. Number one, they're all number ones in me. When I make a list, everything is number one. I don't sit there and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I put number ones because they all mean something to me in some type of way. And a few of them I will give you is Kobe Bryant, Tony Robbins, Ty Lopez. Wow, I have so many to share with you guys. Manny Fresh. Wow, I have so many. I just don't want to forget any. But we just going to start with those four right there. And Shaquille O'Neal. Obviously, I love some Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the people that, I love Kobe Bryant growing up. And then Kobe and Shaq, it was always against them too. But I hated Shaq because I thought at the time I didn't understand the game. But as you can see, like, I learned a lot from Shaq and being an entrepreneur, him doing a lot of different things. And when you find a muse in life, you have to find what that person does that you can do for your people. And you obviously, you have to steal it from them. Like literally, like, study everything they do, because they are the ones that, like, they helped you build that bridge. They help you, like, they already did a journey for you. So a lot of stuff you got to do is you just have to steal it. And like I said, give them credit. Like what y'all mentioned earlier in the podcast, you have to like give them like that credit. You somehow when you meet them, or what I'm saying, when you get to the next level of life and success, you gotta say, hey, that's where I learned it from. That's where I learned it from. Just so it's a respect thing there. So just so you understand that from the get go, having a muse is important because I think it gives you like hope that it can be done. Like we can get it done. We can get it done. We can get everything we want done because they done it for you. And so all you got to do is replicate it and do it in your way, your beauty, your story. And you have to have a story behind that as well through your brand and product, or your whatever you're trying to do, your purpose in life. I feel like if we do that, then you can impact people in a longer way and you can reach more people, which is, that's important of Muse. A Muse is very important for me, for you, for everyone, because if you don't have a Muse, I mean, who are you learning from? Obviously you're going to learn from the man above, obviously through the teachings and through the Bible and all that stuff, but I'm talking about, if you're a basketball player, you have to, I'm not saying you all the time, but you're inspired by some basketball player, you're inspired by some football player, you're inspired by some author, you're inspired by some teacher, some fireman, some policeman, some people that's closely impacting your life. So I feel like you find a muse that's important for you. You have to find a muse. Like that's a very, very, very important, because that's like where to start. You gotta find at the core of you, okay, what am I gonna do? What's my passion? What am I gonna do? And how am I gonna do it? And you have to do a lot of studying. It's not gonna become easy, but you got to do a lot of studying and a lot of research. So that's like one thing I want you guys to know. Like my podcast is about muse and it's about inspiration, and you got to find that muse in your life. And hopefully you can find it through, through this podcast, through people. I'm going to explain to you who my muses are, and like throughout this journey of our podcast. And for you guys to understand that, I think it's very important that we do this. We're going to do it together, and we're going to go on this journey as one. And I'm really, excited for this. So the muses that I have are all different types, because I do different types of things. So in music, a lot of my muses are 90 rappers, 90 beats. And when you hear my music, it's for motivation. It's a story behind it. It's not just me saying words. We want to dominate, motivate, inspire. That's one of my things. And then challenges is another one. And one day or day one. And like you have to like understand the story of the song. You can't just listen to it and say, oh well, he's not really like rapping. I'm not a rapper, but I have gifts to become a rapper because I studied the game. And that's where my muse in the game of music is 90s. I'm a 90s lover. I love 90s, and I think that's where a lot of my stuff, if you listen to it, it sounds like it. You know what I'm saying? So one day I'm gonna make not one day, day one I'm gonna make a track. I'm gonna make a music album coming soon, and it's gonna be me doing motivational rapping and other things I just love. I never did this for someone's approval and all that. I just do it because I love it. I love helping people inspire and motivate, and we're gonna dominate life. And my muse and music is like what I just said, all the stuff that I study and put on my music. So when you listen to my music, you listen to it more. Don't just listen to it. Just listen to it and understand the words and the story behind it. It just in a song you just bop it. Nah, I want you to intellectually read that, read the story, understand what I'm saying. So then you like, oh, that's what he meant. You got to open your eyes, open your mind to the music. You can't just say, oh, it's not bopping. Like, nah, you just got to listen to it and understand, like, where I'm coming from. What's the story behind it? And then we can go there and you can say, oh, well, okay, that's what he meant. And then you understand what my music is for. Some other muses I have for acting is Will Smith, Denzel. And I met Denzel Washington on the set of Fences a couple years ago. Great man, and glad I got a chance to meet the man. I mean, woo. You talking about the greatest actor of all time in my face. I mean, man, we had a conversation, and man, I'm gonna save that for a future date. But me and Denzel, just being around him, it was different. It was just an awesome experience, and watching him up close and just seeing him perform and to do his art and be a muse, be an inspiration to not just me but everyone there. I mean, he was a director, he's acting, he's doing everything, and you got to learn from someone like him because he's a motivational figure, man. God, I mean, that's one of the ones that when I go on set, I was like, wow, that's my second year ever. When I first met Denzel, that was like 1 year into like my acting career. Like, my first year, I started in 2015, and then boom, it came 2016. I met Denzel and watched him perform on Fences. And for me to be on set, it was awesome. And got a chance to be around some beautiful people, some hungry other people in their profession. So it's just good to watch and learn people. So Denzel, what I learned from him the most was, just attention to detail, making sure you know what you're doing, how the scene is, what are the lights and all this stuff. I just learned so much. I soaked up all of it. So, and Will Smith is more like, as an actor, he's a muse to me because he's not the only one. Matthew McConaughey, some other ones. But I want to be all of them on set. Sometimes I want to be like Hitch. I want to be like Bad Boy. I want to be like all these things one day. And I plan to create it and make it happen and go out there and pursue my dreams. And my dreams is to inspire people and to do it through all different type of settings and stuff like that. So I plan on doing that whenever the opportunity comes and whenever God blesses me with it. I'm going to continue to work hard and grind. Also, through acting, I end up doing stunts. And stunts is like the athletic and fitness side of me, which is like I love doing it because I get to do things like run, jump, fall, slide. It's just like, it's like an adrenaline rush. And like I do stunts for, Chicago PD. I did some for Empire. I did some for some other little things. And it's just taking me to a long way. And because it got me an opportunity to meet and do things for people that I never thought I would do. And I love it. I love it. So my muse for stunts was, wow, I know I'm a fitness guy. I like to work out. I played sports, and my muse for that was just like my love for fitness and for athletic things and just to run and jump and be able to do different things. That's just exciting to me. Like, who doesn't want to do that? So a lot of that stuff is just what I do, and